Hello everyone, Merry Christmas to you all, wherever you may be on the planet. In private, I get asked a lot of questions. I have been fortunate enough to give insight that has worked for many. I have gained some confidence from that. I am not a psychologist, nor am I a psychiatrist. My discussion will draw heavily from my observations and my experience. This video, like those before it, is culture specific. It will lean a bit towards the geographic world I grew up in, which is Nigeria. My accent confirms that. Our culture, norms, ethos, experience, and thoughts influence my thinking. You will have to forgive me if my view sounds too traditional without all the new age stuff. Before I go on to today's topic, I would like to say life is a journey. It is important to have people to journey with. It is hard going through life's journeys alone. Journey through life has become more lonely because we're fan out in different directions these days than our forefathers. We don't know who to trust anymore. Families live apart. Good friends are hard to come by. And the daily grind of looking for bread and butter makes forging bonds tougher. Many of us are not having meaningful relationships. And fortunately, what we have lost in community through industrialization is bridged by the connection offered by technology. Through the internet, we're able to connect. I am a very good example. I have made friends with you because of social media. So because of social media, we can connect messages, pictures, and calls. With enough contact on different social media platforms, we can make judgment calls to initiate friendship, even love. That is what brought me to you and brought you to me. So every day, I listen to someone's story of sadness, joy, love, heartbreak. It is the reason why I bring myself to you via live video. I started my live video because I have gone through a lot, I have seen a lot, and I know a lot about the human condition. I feel I can reach a lot of you through my candid opinion. While I concur that I don't have all the answers, I will sure share what I know. And that brings me to today's topic. Is your relationship healthy? What is a healthy relationship? In 1979, my father defined it for me when I reached puberty. I committed his definition to memory and I adopted it for my relationships and marriage. He told me, let your relationships be defined by trust, honesty, mutual respect, understanding, and tolerance. See, when your connection with a friend, a family member, a lover, a spouse has these characteristics, it is healthy. So let me tell you up front, there's no perfect relationship. I'm not coming here to tell you I am in a perfect relationship. So every relationship is on a scale. It's a mix of healthy and unhealthy characteristics. It takes work and determination by the parties involved to maintain the connection and make amends if necessary and if possible. Friendship is increasingly transactional these days. It's totally predicated in most cases on what benefits people get. Divorce is on the increase in Nigerian communities, home and abroad. Homes are mimicking the orchestrated chaos of Tom and Jerry cartoons. Why? The reason is that we often blunder ourselves into unhealthy relationships. A bad relationship speaks for itself. It gives itself up. We also focus on it a lot because of the spectacle. I dare tell you that we even accept it as the default setting for our relationships. It is not. It's not fun to be in a bad relationship. For you to determine if your relationship is healthy, you have to ask yourself certain questions. These questions are derived from the ingredients of healthy relationship my father told me that I mentioned earlier. They are trust, honesty, mutual respect, understanding, and tolerance. If you determine your relationship is healthy, you need to ask yourself, or if you want to determine it, these questions. 1. Do you respect the person you are with? Do you trust him or her? Do you feel loved? And can you show love or affection, as the case may be? Will you say both of you are honest with yourselves? Are you supportive of each other's aspirations? Do you feel like an equal partner in your relationship? Do you have the freedom to maintain your individuality, to stay to yourself? Can you express your feelings, your hopes, your fears, your dreams without being condemned or put down? If you answer yes to all of these questions I have put together, I think about 8, your relationship is very healthy. If you answer yes to 6 out of 8, you can say your relationship is healthy. If you answer yes to 4 or 5, your relationship is just so. As we say in Nigeria, it needs work. You need to work to make it better. If you answer yes to less than 4, your relationship is unhealthy. Most of the time, we don't tell ourselves the truth. It is your life. Tell yourself the truth. For you to determine this further, there are certain things that is common that I have to explain. That truth, that trust, mutual respect, all those things. I need to be able to explain it to you the way I see it. Like my father told me many years back, decades back, those things that define healthy relationships are things that differentiate healthy relationships from the bad one or healthy one. And what are these? Let me take trust, which is the most important one as far as I'm concerned. Trust is an important component of any relationship. Our ability to trust other people is primarily influenced by our attachment style that we develop when we were children, in early childhood. It depends on the kind of home we grew up in and our experience in the relationships we built early in life. You see, these expectations and the background shape our expectations in future relationships. If you were nurtured in a happy and respectful home, if your past relationships are based on trust, you are more likely to trust others in future relationships. But if your past relationships are unstable, untrustworthy, well, you may have to work through some trust issues going forward. So trust is a pre-existing condition for relationships to thrive. And trust is established by how you treat the other person and how the other person treats you. So you build trust by sharing information about yourself. When you share information about yourself, with the passage of time, opportunities will help you test and engage, and trust will be built. So when you build trust, your relationship becomes a source of comfort to you. Then the issue of honesty. Honesty is very important in your relationship. It is unhealthy if you cannot be yourself. If you are honest, you will build trust. Honesty is tied to self-disclosure. What is it that you are willing to share about yourself and with another person? We all know that when we start a relationship, you are not sure of that person. You may hold back, you may not want to say a lot about yourself. It is normal. I'm not saying you should start saying everything, no. Don't be disclosing the number of sexual partners you have, for example. You have to be discreet. You have to know what to share. So, as you grow in your relationship, you share your belief, your interest, everything with your friend or your partner. You don't have to share everything. For me, I'm an apostle of maintaining a decent level of individuality in a relationship. Because if you don't maintain your individuality, friendship or marriage or relationship becomes suffocating. So the freedom to be you is very important, because we all need our privacy. We all need our own space. So what is important is how comfortable you are sharing your hopes, your fears, your feelings, your aspirations. So in a healthy relationship, you don't need to suffocate each other. You don't need to smother each other by sharing everything. I understand and I acknowledge that you need to be open. And the level of openness in every relationship is different. But it's important to find ways to compromise by creating boundaries. For me, I believe in every facet of life that we should create boundaries, because if you want boundaries to be respected, it has to be drawn. So you should have boundaries about secrecy and what you need, what your needs and expectations are in your relationship. I'm saying this because some people in Nigeria, they disguise controlling attitude, what we call close marking. They will be doing close marking. You will think it's love. Close marking is not love. They will want to know every detail. Where are you? What are you doing? Who can you talk to? Who can you not talk to? Some people even tell their spouse whether they can be on social media or not. They even demand password of Facebook, WhatsApp. Waiting be that. That one na original go be. That one no be love. Now go baby that. Okay. Then the next one is mutual respect. You see, in a healthy relationship, you have to respect each other. You don't have to belittle each other or look for every fault here and there. You must support each other and give each other security. How do you respect somebody? People do ask me, how do I make sure I respect him? Well, you respect people by taking interest in what they do. You respect them by letting them have their own space and be an individual. You respect people by listening, by not procrastinating when they need you, when they want something from you, when they want you to listen. You create space and let your partner be. Then you show understanding and forgiveness when bad things happen, when they make mistakes. You don't keep opening the file, bringing past issues. Another way is that you don't tear each other down, you build each other. That is respect. Then you support and encourage each other in whatever pursuits or life ambition or passion that person is engaged in. Then you show affection and empathy when needed. Somebody has lost a job, somebody came back from office sad. Or then you show gratitude for little things that is done for you. That is respect. So relationships thrive because of these things, and you find ways to be affectionate. You and I know that the initial gra when we meet somebody soon decline over time. It's normal in relationship when the chemical high goes down. But after that, you need comfort, you need tenderness, you need commitment. That is where tolerance and understanding comes from. And tolerance and understanding is based on communication, good communication. If you do not communicate, you cannot be in a healthy, long-lasting relationship. Be it for friendship or for romance, you can't be if you are not tolerant. You should not keep quiet and sweep issues under the carpet. Communicate, discuss. In some relationships, people compete to ice themselves out, to keep quiet. I will show him, you keep quiet, you don't say anything. When you do that, you open your relationship to all kinds of problematic difficulties. So you should learn to solve differences than avoiding them if you want to show tolerance, to have peace. If you don't do that, you keep quiet, you ice somebody out, you can only have peace of the graveyard. It will come back. Because conflict is unavoidable in life. You must have conflict, but you should resolve it. So you want to strengthen your connection with your partner, you manage whatever conflict that happens. So when serious issues arise, you address it. When you address it, it keeps you committed to yourself, and you make changes so your relationship can evolve and can be better. So avoiding personal attacks is very important. When you have conflict, you don't have to be saying idiot, stupid woman, bad guy, all kinds of things that people say. Just work towards an amicable resolution. Because I always say that love is reciprocal. It's a two-way adapter. It's give and take. So tolerance and understanding means you have to do things for each other and do the right thing always. And people ask me, I'm the one who always does things for him. No, reciprocity is not equal, but it should not be lopsided. You should give and take. The reason why we have unhealthy relationships is that people change. Even those who have healthy relationships, it can still change over time, because it is very rare to see a relationship that is 100% okay all the time. Even our relationship with God that we do not see and we cannot harm is not 100%. Much less someone you can see and you can offend and harm. So be sure that one of those things that damages that is stress. So be careful. Because if someone is stressed and has a lot of problems, they will be aggressive and so many things can happen. So avoid stressors in your relationship. Because those stressors will give rise to behaviors that can be harmful to both of you. What are the signs you need to watch for if you are in an unhealthy relationship? Watch out for someone who says you cannot walk, you cannot do what you love. If somebody pressures you to change who you are, be afraid. If your partner insists that you put his or her needs first, or you're always neglecting yourself to please him or her, watch out. If there's an unequal balance of power, leading to lack of fairness in resolving conflict, you are always the one begging, be careful. If you're in a relationship and you can't say your mind, be careful. If you feel pressured to share every detail, what you are going to do, where you are going, when you stay there, be careful. If your partner criticizes you all the time, how you dress, how you look, and attempts to control your behavior, be careful. If both of you avoid each other and you don't want to communicate, that is a sign. If being together is an obligation, you want to avoid each other, that is a big sign. And my favorite, if you start yelling, shouting at each other, it will lead to physical violence. Somebody will hit somebody, and you can see that many people are losing their life because of this. So you need to be very careful. Watch out that it's an unhealthy relationship. So if it's not working, you see abusive behavior, you seek help. If you can't find help, run. Run for your life. Okay? Run for your life. But I won't say run without telling you what you need to do to make it better. If there are minor issues, you can make it better. And one of those things you can do is make time for each other. 1, be grateful for little things that is done for you. Don't compare. Somebody's wife did this, somebody's husband did that. Find something to do that you enjoy, both of you enjoy doing. Me and my husband, we like watching Yoruba movies together these days. So, for those of you who are in healthy relationships, congratulations. I hope you keep it that way. Keep nurturing your relationship and always look for early threats that can prevent you from having a long and healthy relationship. And finally, I want to thank those of you who call me, who confide in me, who tell me their problems. I appreciate you. I have never and will never take that confidence you have in me for granted. You are the one who have taught me a lot about what I know about life. And I want to thank all of you for listening. I want you to please go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. I'll be posting this later onto YouTube. The name is Bamidele Upfront. Search it out and click the bell. Merry Christmas, and I wish you a very happy new year. Next week, we are going to talk about keeping secrets. Is it okay to keep secrets? I will do some work on that. I'll be up next week about this time. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.